Imagine you run a small online bakery. You have a beautiful website, great photos, delicious products, but when someone searches best chocolate cake near me, your shop doesn't show up anywhere on Google. That's an SEO problem. SEO stands for search engine optimization, and it simply means making your website easy for search engines like Google to find and recommend to people. Now, here's where things get interesting. In 2025 and 2026, a new approach has emerged that uses artificial intelligence, specifically a system built around Claude, an AI developed by Anthropic to handle SEO tasks in a smarter, faster, and far more organized way. Today, we are going to explore something called the Claude SEO architecture pattern. Don't let the word architecture scare you. In this context, it just means the organized structure, the blueprint of how an AI system is built to handle complex tasks like SEO analysis. By the end of this video, you will understand what this pattern is, why it matters, how it works step by step, and you will see it all through real-world examples you can relate to. Whether you are a student, someone working in technology, or just a curious person, this video is built for you. Before we talk about Claude SEO, let's understand the problem it is trying to solve. Traditional SEO requires a lot of manual work. A business owner or a marketing team would need to check dozens of things on their website. They'd need to look at page load speed, make sure there are no broken links, write good descriptions for each page, choose the right search keywords, make sure images have proper labels, and check that the website structure makes logical sense to Google. Now, imagine doing all of that for a website with 500 pages, and then doing it again every single month because search engines change their rules frequently. On top of that, many businesses today pay anywhere from $500 to $5,000 every month for software tools that do pieces of this work. Different tools for different tasks. One tool checks broken links, another checks keyword rankings, another suggests content improvements. You end up jumping between platforms, and the results rarely talk to each other. Here is the real pain. None of these tools think. They just report what they find. A human still has to look at all the reports, make decisions, and take action. That is exactly the gap that the Claude SEO architecture pattern steps in to fill. Let's build this understanding from the ground up. Claude is an artificial intelligence system created by Anthropic. Think of Claude as a highly capable assistant that can read, write, reason, and take action, kind of like a very smart intern that never gets tired and can work on many things at the same time. Now, the word architecture simply refers to how a system is organized and built. Just like a building has floors, rooms, and hallways that connect everything together, a software architecture has layers, modules, and pathways that connect different parts of the system. The Claude SEO architecture pattern is a structured way of organizing Claude and other specialized AI helpers called subagents to work together to fully analyze, fix, and improve a website's SEO, all without constant human supervision. Here is the key idea that makes this different from anything before it. Instead of one AI trying to do everything at once, which would be slow and messy, this architecture breaks the SEO work into specific areas of expertise. Then it assigns specialized agents, each one focused on just one area, and runs them all at the same time. When they are all done, a central system combines their findings and produces a clear, actionable report. Think of it like a hospital. When a patient comes in with a complex condition, they don't just see one doctor. They see a cardiologist for the heart, a neurologist for the brain, a radiologist for the scans. Each specialist focuses on their area. Then the lead doctor, the attending physician, pulls all the information together and creates a treatment plan. The Claude SEO architecture pattern works the same way, but for your website. This architecture is organized into 3 main layers. Understanding these layers is the foundation of everything else. Layer 1 is called the instruction layer. This is where the AI learns about your specific project. When Claude starts a session, it reads a special file, a kind of instruction manual that tells it what kind of website it is working on, what the goals are, what rules to follow, and what the business is trying to achieve. This file loads automatically every time Claude starts working. It is the AI's long-term memory about your project. Going back to our bakery example, this instruction file would tell Claude things like, "This is a local bakery in Dublin. Our main customers are families. We want to rank high for searches about birthday cakes and wedding cakes in our city." Layer 2 is called the extension layer. This is where the real intelligence lives. This layer contains what are called skills and subagents. A skill is a packaged set of instructions that gives Claude specialized expertise in one particular area. A subagent is a separate, focused AI worker that handles a specific domain like technical performance or content quality or website structure. These extensions load only when they are needed, so Claude is not overloaded with information it doesn't need at that moment. This keeps the system fast and efficient. Layer 3 is called the orchestration layer. This is the management level. Think of it as the project manager. The orchestration layer decides which subagents to call, when to call them, how to combine their results, and how to present the final output. It is the brain that coordinates all the specialist workers. Now let's go deeper into how the actual work gets done. This is where the architecture gets really elegant. When you give Claude SEO a task, for example, you say, "Analyze the SEO of my bakery website. Here's what happens, step by step." Step 1. The orchestrator receives the task. There is one master skill called the SEO orchestrator. Its entire job is to receive the request, understand what kind of website this is, and figure out which specialists need to be called. It does not do the detailed work itself. Its job is coordination. Step 2. Subagents are launched in parallel. Once the orchestrator figures out the plan, it launches multiple subagents at the same time, not one after another, but simultaneously. This is like having multiple specialist doctors running their tests at the same time in different rooms, rather than one doctor doing one test at a time. Here are the main subagents that are typically deployed in a Claude SEO system. The technical subagent checks the health of the website. It looks for broken links, slow loading pages, errors in the code, and issues that would make it hard for Google to read the site properly. The content subagent analyzes the quality of the text on the website. It checks whether the content is accurate, authoritative, trustworthy, and relevant to what users are searching for. This is based on Google's own quality framework. They care a lot about whether content comes from a genuine expert. The schema subagent handles something called structured data. This is special code that tells Google exactly what type of content is on a page. For our bakery, schema markup might tell Google, this page is about a product called chocolate fudge cake. It costs €12, and it has 4.5 stars from customer reviews. This helps Google display rich, detailed results in search. The sitemap subagent reviews the website sitemap, which is essentially a map of all the pages on the site to make sure it is complete, organized correctly, and submitted to search engines. The performance subagent measures how fast the website loads, especially on mobile phones, because Google uses page speed as a ranking signal. A slow page means fewer visitors and lower rankings. The visual subagent checks that all images on the site have proper labels and descriptions, are not too large to load quickly, and are formatted correctly so that both users and search engines can understand them. Step 3. Results are aggregated. Once all subagents have completed their checks running in parallel, so this is very fast, the orchestrator collects all of their findings. Step 4. A unified report is generated. The system then creates one clear, comprehensive report that prioritizes issues by their importance. Not just a list of problems, but actual recommendations with specific actions to take, explaining which issues are hurting your rankings the most and what to fix first. Let's bring all of this to life with our bakery example. Imagine Sarah runs Sweet Crumbs Bakery in Dublin. She has a nice website but is not getting much traffic from Google. She decides to use a Claude SEO system to analyze it. She gives Claude one instruction: audit the SEO of Sweet Crumbs Bakery, i.e., within moments, the orchestrator kicks off all 6 subagents at the same time. The technical subagent finds that 3 pages have broken links, old pages that no longer exist. It also finds that the contact page is returning an error code that stops Google from reading it. The content subagent finds that the About Us page has very little information. It doesn't mention Sarah's qualifications, experience, or story, things that Google considers important for building trust. The subagent flags this and suggests adding specific details. The schema subagent finds that none of Sarah's product pages have structured data. This means her cakes are not showing up with prices, ratings, or images in Google search results, even though that feature is available, and her competitors are using it. The sitemap subagent finds that 12 product pages were accidentally left out of the sitemap, meaning Google may not even know they exist. The performance subagent finds that the home page takes 8 seconds to load on a phone, which is far too slow. The main culprit is one large image file that was never optimized. The visual subagent finds that 45 product images have no descriptive labels at all. Google cannot understand what those images are showing. The system combines all of this and generates a report that ranks these issues by impact. Fixing the sitemap and the broken links are marked as highest priority because they are preventing Google from indexing the site properly. Fixing the image performance issue is next because page speed directly affects rankings. The content and schema improvements come after that for longer-term growth. Sarah now has a clear, prioritized action plan that would have taken a human expert many hours to produce. The AI system produced it in minutes. The Claude SEO architecture pattern is not just about search optimization. It represents something bigger, a blueprint for how intelligent AI systems can be built to handle complex, multidimensional problems. The reason this pattern is so powerful comes down to 3 key principles. The first principle is modularity. Each subagent does one thing and does it well. Because the system is built in separate, independent pieces, it is easy to update, fix, or improve one part without breaking the others. You could swap out the performance subagent for a newer, better version, and everything else continues working perfectly. The second principle is parallelism. Running multiple agents at the same time instead of doing everything sequentially makes the system dramatically faster. For a website with hundreds of pages, this speed advantage is enormous. The third principle is context isolation. Each subagent works in its own space with its own set of information. This prevents one agent's work from interfering with or confusing another. When an agent finishes, it returns a clean summary rather than flooding the main system with raw data. This keeps the overall system organized and efficient, even as the complexity of the task grows. These 3 principles, modularity, parallelism, and context isolation, are increasingly being applied across many fields beyond SEO. In healthcare, in legal research, in financial analysis, and in software development, multi-agent architectures based on these same ideas are becoming the standard way to build serious AI-powered systems. Let's put this in perspective with a quick comparison. A traditional SEO audit from a professional agency can cost between $500 and $2,000 for a single website and typically takes several days to complete. A monthly subscription to a professional SEO software platform runs anywhere from $99 to nearly $1,000 per month and still requires a human to interpret the data and decide what to do. A Claude SEO architecture system, using modern AI pricing, can perform a comprehensive audit for approximately $2 in AI processing costs and delivers the results in minutes rather than days. Beyond cost, the quality of reasoning is different. When a traditional tool tells you your page load speed is slow, it stops there. A reasoning-capable AI agent goes further. It identifies which page is slow, explains why that specific page matters most to your business, estimates the impact on your visitors and sales, and provides the actual code or steps needed to fix it. That is not just data. That is decision-making support. Let's bring everything together. The Claude SEO architecture pattern is a structured blueprint for using artificial intelligence to analyze and improve how websites perform in search engines. It works by using a central orchestrator that coordinates multiple specialized agents, each one focused on a different area of SEO, running them in parallel, and combining their results into one clear, actionable report. The real-world impact is significant. It reduces the cost of professional SEO analysis from thousands of dollars to just a few dollars. It compresses days of human expert time into minutes, and it produces not just a list of problems, but a reasoned, prioritized action plan. But more importantly, this pattern shows us something profound about where artificial intelligence is heading. We are moving from AI systems that do one task at a time to AI systems that coordinate teams of specialists, just like humans do in hospitals, law firms, and engineering companies. For students, this is a window into the kind of systems you may be designing or working with in your careers very soon. For IT professionals, this architecture represents practical, production-ready thinking you can apply to projects beyond SEO. For general viewers, this is a reminder that artificial intelligence is not replacing human judgment, it is amplifying it, doing the heavy lifting of data gathering and analysis so that humans can focus on making the best possible decisions. The bakery that was invisible on Google now has a clear roadmap, and it didn't take a team of consultants or months of work. It took an orchestrator, a few specialized agents, and a very smart architectural pattern. Thank you for watching.